Hello, I'm Gal Gadot. Welcome to the Graham Norton Show.
We're clapping ourselves. Good evening and welcome to you all, wherever you are, whether it's Tier 1, Tier 2 or Tier 3. Oh, and on the subject of made-up tears, did you see Health Secretary Matt Hancock crying this week? I mean, he's no Olivia Colman, is he? No. One newspaper reported it as Hancock Relief, which sounds like something on offer at a local massage parlour, really, doesn't it? Yeah. And tense times for Brexit this week. Boris had to make or break dinner with EU leader Ursula von der... whatever, we're leaving, who cares? Ursula there, wearing a mask with stars representing the countries of the EU. Boris wearing a mask representing the black hole in our economy after Brexit. Remember when Boris said the deal was oven ready? Yeah, I think we found the oven. So, who's on the show tonight? Well, with me here in the studio, it's Strictly host, now writer, Claudia Winkleman. It's everyone's favourite Derry Girl, Nicola Coughlan. He's not going out, he's here, it's Lee Mack. And actress, writer, all-round comedy genius, Jennifer Saunders is here. Plus, shortly we'll be going live to LA, where we'll meet Wonder Woman herself, Gal Gadot. And Valkyrie from the Avengers, Tessa Thompson, will be joining us as well. We'll also have music right here in the studio from the mighty McFly. So, welcome to our strange chat arena. Jennifer, you like this? You like the... not walking out and having to meet people.
I don't like it being quite so spacious, but I don't like a walk-on. I find that quite intimidating. And then the endless kissing that happens. I'm quite unhappy in lockdown because you don't have to hug everyone. And you can leave a room by saying goodbye. I mean, especially on this show at the end, and I'm thinking, stop kissing everyone. The person who's done the music comes over, has to straddle Kenneth Branagh to kiss Judi Dench. All the time I'm thinking, we could have another red chair if you didn't do that.
And Claudia, because Strictly this year is a bit like this. It's some audience, some not audience. And what happens to the rest of Strictly? Is there still a wardrobe department? Is there a makeup department?
All of those departments, but all masked very far away from each other, and maybe one person will do the makeup for one couple.
Is it very long brushes?
Very long brushes. Yes, they do it like that from where you and I are sitting.
With a roller.
But without an audience. So we've had... I mean, it's lovely to see some people here. We've done, I think, 6 weeks now with nobody. And normally you come out and there's 800 people screaming, there's Ali Ash! You know, they're sweating. Oh, they're doing a rumba, weeping. And it means that, you know, we just come out and we say hello and welcome. And it has been... It's just, you know, there's 10 of us. We go out, Frosty, the lovely floor manager, we go, I'm not being funny, Claude, but have you ever toasted an egg mayonnaise sandwich? And I go, do you know what? I might do that tomorrow. In 5. Hello, welcome to Street. It feels...
I'll tell you what, if there's no audience, the last thing you need is a floor manager called Frosty.
He's the loveliest boy in the world. We're all right.
And Nicola, it's so lovely to see you. First time, welcome.
Yes, thank you for having me.
First time, welcome. Very nice. And because your accent is so, you know, good in Derry Girls, but you're not from Northern Ireland.
Yeah, you can feel the palpable sense of disappointment when people meet me. And I go, oh, you're not Claire? And I go, no, I'm really sorry. Yeah, I'm just a faker.
Where are you from?
From Galway, West Coast, yeah.
I mean, so far away.
Still Irish.
So many hours.
Jennifer's fine ear is going, it sounds the same to me.
Sounds Irish to me.
I'm shocked about how old they all are. Because I met your mate with a dark O once.
Jamie Lee.
Jamie Lee, yeah.
Yes.
She came up to me once and I think I spoke to her like a child. I said, hello, how are you then? Well, how old are you then? She went, 8:33.
Now, Lee Mack, you are in a strange position this evening.
I think we all are, aren't we?
We're in a strange, safe position. But you have worked with everyone here on Would I Lie to You?
Every person here has come on Would I Lie to You, apart from one person, Graham.
Yep.
I mean, I know, usually that would be awkward because you go, yeah, but I wasn't asked. But you've probably been asked 100 times.
I have been asked quite a lot, yeah.
Do you not trust your ability to lie?
No, it's not that. It's just kind of, I've got a job.
Someone hasn't read today's papers.
That could be so true.
You'll be coming up soon.
Hey, we start with Jennifer's new show. It is called Memory Lane. It's on ITV on Wednesday, the 23rd of December at 9 p.m. So that explains some of it. It's you and Michael Sheen.
Yes.
What goes on?
Well, I take him on a journey. It's a journey he's chosen.
Is it down Memory Lane? Oh, okay.
And we start in Port Talbot, and he shows me around Port Talbot, which is his hometown, and a town where a lot of very famous actors have come from, actually.
Yeah.
It's an incredible town. And then he takes me on the journey he made when he was 12, and on his birthday, he asked to go to Hay-on-Wye to a bookshop on his 12th birthday from Port Talbot. And his parents would take him there every birthday, so we did that journey to the bookshop.
Wow. And because he lives near there, are they sort of used to seeing Michael
Used
Sheen?
to seeing him. You cannot move. The whole town population moves with you.
Oh.
It's like a sort of sense of... where's Michael? Michael's there. All right, everyone sort of moves around and everyone knows him. Everyone comes up and talks to him.
Is that why he's disguised as a vegetable wholesaler in that?
I did think
dressed as a shepherd.
a man makes artisan jams
Farashi.
or something. I couldn't see him from a distance.
Yeah, well, no, I know, because
That's a great look,
I have
isn't
to
it?
say the weather wasn't great, but it wasn't that bad.
I mean, had he seen a forecast?
That's his look now.
layer.
He's a wild man.
Yeah.
He's the wild man
And
of
that...
Wales.
Now, I know you like cars, so is that your fancy car?
That is a lovely car, and it is a fancy car until you have to drive it, because it's like getting into a very small boat. Made for people with hugely long legs. So I spent most of the time with about 6 cushions. They say, we can see the cushions. You go, I can't. The cushions are trying to reach the pedals like this. Honestly, it was impossible.
And we've got a clip. This is the two of you. You're visiting Michael's old football ground, and this is you attempting to get out of the car.
Joanna Lumley used to do this because she went to Lucy Clayton or something, and they taught all the 60s models how to get out of E-Type Jags. What you need to do is you open the door, you swing.
Ah, look at that. What, not head first like I do and hit the pavement?
It's an awkward car to get out of. Awkward to get out and awkward to get in.
Was she like this? Was Joanna Lumley like this?
Shall I help you? Do you need a hand?
I've left the better part of me in there. Look at that, there we are. Oh.
What a great backdrop, look at that.
I know. Oh.
Hey.
To this day, if I can't sleep,
Yeah.
this is absolutely true. I imagine myself on this pitch and I try and remember certain goals. And I haven't been on this pitch for years. I have a memory, a lad called Timothy Davis, who was very fast, and he was on the wing, and I remember him crossing it over, and I did a diving header into that goal there. And I try and run through that entire memory in order to get me to go to sleep.
Wow.
How brilliant. It's so great.
And it's a lovely watch, and then it weirdly becomes very emotional.
Honestly, I wasn't planning for it to become emotional, because they always go, you know, maybe if you could have a few tears. And you go, oh, please, grow up. And then suddenly he starts telling the story about when he did The Passion. He did a few days of this play through the town, using local people. And I just started weeping. And then he started weeping, and we both just ended up...
No,
just
jaded
a
old
mess.
viewer shed a tear.
It was extraordinary.
No, it's a beautiful story. Yeah. Now, you were supposed to be on stage right now. You were supposed to be touring, weren't you?
Yep, doing Sister Act. It was supposed to be all through the summer and then the tour, but we're going to do it next year, so it's doing exactly the same time. So July...
Was this the one that Whoopi was going to be in?
Yes, Whoopi's still going to be in it, hopefully.
Oh, brilliant.
So it'll be exactly the same time as it was. So everyone's got a ticket, can still come and see it. And it'll be in July, and then I'm going on doing Manchester, Birmingham, Cardiff before Christmas.
But before then, you are hosting an event in support of our theatres.
Yes, on January the 18th, an evening with, just to try and get theatres open, people back into theatres, a bit of performance. So please come.
Very good. Well, look, that is a great cause, and it's on 18th of January at the Lyric Theatre in London. Before that, you can see Memory Lane on December the 23rd. Right, time to meet our first remote guest tonight. This actor broke box office records with her first outing as Wonder Woman, and now she's back. It's Gal Gadot!
Hello.
Hi, Gal.
So nice to see you. You look like a ray of sunshine.
She does.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm delayed. This is so crazy with these virtual things. I'm gonna shut up and then I'm gonna wait until it's silent for me to talk. How's it going, Graham? Thank you for having me.
Good.
This is like when you used to do the Eurovision results.
There is a delay. So, you know some of our guests. Jennifer, you and Jennifer Saunders have worked together.
Yes?
Hey, Jen.
Hello,
It's so good to see you. I've missed you.
I know. But you're still masquerading as Wonder Woman, I see.
Yes, as I always do.
And this is exciting for all of us, because it's kind of the first big cinema release in this country for many months. Wonder Woman, 1984. It's out on Wednesday. So it's set in 1984, clearly. But I have to say, what's extraordinary is you and Chris Pine, dressed in 1980s fashion, still manage to look very good.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I know it can be tricky if you go too much with the 80s fashion. It can look campy very easily. But it was very important for us to make Diana look timeless and elegant. And I think that Chris completely, totally pulled off the fanny pack look. I mean...
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people wouldn't look good in that, but Chris Pine...
I know, he's the only one.
Do you want to explain why we don't call it fanny pack, Graham?
No, I don't. No, I don't.
Just checking.
Yeah. We must talk about the cast. It's amazing. And I particularly... Let's have a big shout-out for the young actress playing the young... Wonder Woman.
Lily Aspel.
Lily Aspel. She's astonishing.
She's the real deal, you know, other than the fact that she's a 12-year-old girl who works hard and is super talented. The stunt coordinator came to us and he said, you know what? She can stunt herself. We can't find anybody better to stunt her. So everything you see in the movie that young Diana is doing is actually Lily. She's amazing. And you guys, as English people, must be very, very proud of her.
Oh, is she English? No, I didn't even know that.
She's English.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I don't know her.
Proud.
Do you know her? Do you know her? Anyone in the audience?
Guys, she's
Lily Aspel.
English.
I know her, actually. She's actually 36.
Yeah.
And Wonder Woman fans rejoice because in this outing we get to see the invisible plane. Well, we didn't see it, obviously, it's invisible. But the invisible plane is in it. Is that a spoiler?
I don't think you're supposed to... I don't know what you're talking about, Graham.
Is that really,
I think it's a major spoiler. You just gave away a major, major spoiler. That's okay.
We might cut that out.
Brothers will sue you, I guess.
We might cut that out.
Don't worry, the delay is so bad, it's been out for 2 years over it.
Look, I'll tell you, we'll watch a clip. This is you and Chris Pine in a big chase with the baddie.
I got this.
What? Diana!
The brakes still work.
Thank you.
And so this movie sees you reunited with the director, Patty Jenkins. She did this one as well.
Yes, the one and only.
The delay makes me doubt everything I say. You're about to go, Patty, who? But that first film, I mean, obviously everyone wants to make a successful film and a hit, but you guys must have been blown away by the response to that first film.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was everything we hoped for and more. It's so funny because, you know, I see you on my screen and I see the back of your head because I see you watching the TV. Never mind, I'll talk to you. There you are.
Now you're like, no, turn back.
Turn back. It's okay. No, but it was everything we could ever hope for. The first movie, you know, we felt like we were doing. Now you're confused.
I don't know what I'm
just give you
I'm just looking up. I'm listening. I'm just listening.
No, but it was. We felt like we were doing something special. It was just delight to come back and work with Patty again. She became one of my closest friends, and what we share and everything that we've been through is just unique, and she's super talented and smart, and I'll do anything with her.
Well, listen, Gal Gadot, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Wonder Woman.
That's it? I was told half an hour. I'm not going to stay with you guys.
You can watch.
And enjoy. You can watch.
Maybe my hair will grow back. Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman 1984 is in cinemas from Wednesday. Gal Gadot, everybody!
Thank you. Jen, say hello to Dawn. Hi, guys. Thank you for having me.
Hi.
She is breathtaking.
I just love that someone in their house went to that much, you know...
Is that her house?
Amazing.
Well, it wouldn't be anywhere. I don't think she went anywhere to sit in front of a curtain.
They're in lockdown, aren't they, California?
Yes, you're right. They can't do anything.
And also, for that delay, I really hope she's in her house. And not a studio. Nicola Coughlan brings us a Christmas treat. This is Bridgerton. It's going to be released, the whole thing, on Netflix on Christmas Day. And this is gorgeous. It's a kind of a big, glossy period drama, but it's kind of got a modern twist. Who are you? Tell us all about it.
So Bridgerton is a period drama, but sort of not like you've seen before. It is very colourful, flashy. It's extremely racy. I feel like that's a very important thing because I feel like someone's granny is going to sit down and have a heart attack. You know, or if she's going to watch it, make sure she's had a lot of Baileys. Because it's based on romance novels. Yeah. So a lot of things sort of happen.
And once they start shagging, there's no stopping.
What? You've seen it. So there's one episode that's just the sort of shagging episode.
I mean, so much.
I'm going to tell my mum that the Netflix is broken just for that one. I'm like, that just won't play, and I don't know why. But yeah, it's made by Shondaland, who made Grey's Anatomy and Scandal, and I auditioned for it, and I sort of didn't think I would ever get it. So I did one audition and thought, well, that'll be something I'll never hear about and see on Netflix and get really annoyed I didn't get it. And I got a call after the first audition offering me the part. And I play someone called Penelope Featherington, which is very difficult to say fast. It's her first year out in the London marriage market, and she's sort of a very shy wallflower. Yeah.
And you do an English accent?
Do an English accent.
Oh, her accent's so good.
Oh, thank
so
you.
good. We've got a clip. This is you at a ball with young Mr. Bridgerton.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Pen.
Colin, I did not know you would be here.
Sorry to disappoint. Have you seen Miss Thompson?
She is ill. My mama had to stay home with her. Papa had to chaperone. I'm quite enjoying the fact that he is here. Mama would never allow me to wear a dress like this. Not yellow enough, I think.
Mr. Bridgerton, I believe you owe me a dance this evening, and I have only one more space remaining on my card at present.
How convenient.
Penelope, I did not see you there.
I'm afraid I cannot offer you that dance, Miss Coughlan. I'm to escort Miss Featherington to the floor.
A little bit of the Siege of Venice.
It was so nice of them to put you next to the 3 tallest actresses in the world.
Yes, I know. And normally actors are short. I just have terrible luck. Yeah. I'm going to request Tom Cruise next time.
And now your accent there is great. In Derry Girls,
yeah.
I mean, there's a whole range of accents. Yours is really good.
Oh, thank you.
Would you say there's a whole range of accent in Derry Girls?
There are quite a few Derry accents in Derry Girls, I would say. Yeah. But now, do you have a trick to get into it, do you?
Yeah, absolutely. So when I was preparing, I didn't know a Derry accent first off, and then I thought, who do I know? And then I thought, oh, Nadine from Girls Aloud is extremely Derry. And then, I don't know if people will know this, but there was an extremely controversial incident in the early noughties in Ireland.
So good!
It was so good. I feel like it was the first Irish sort of pop culture TV moment. It was Pop Stars, the Irish version, which only had about 50 entrants because we don't have as big a population. So she went on and lied about her age. But she got found out on camera.
Stop it.
Yes.
No.
Oh, no, YouTube it. It's so good!
Lean forward.
Wow.
This is the trick.
How old was she and how old was she?
OK, so she'd gotten into the band, and then her on-camera interview, like, the first one to introduce yourself, who you are, she said, my name's Nadine Coyle from Larkill in Derry, date of birth 15th of 6th, making me a Gemini. And then she thinks for a second and goes, what date of birth did I say? No, 15th of the 6th. And then it fades. And she's outed herself on camera. But everyone lost the plot.
Do the phone call to her mother.
Do everything. Mommy,
do the whole thing.
Has Daddy put my passport in the car? Mommy, will you look at my handbag for my passport? And it was all a lie. She knew.
How old was she?
She was 16. She was meant to be 18.
Oh. What is it about you lot pretending you're different ages?
But
Just
that's
cool,
so
isn't it?
cute because she wanted to make it through.
That's fine. But then she got in Girls Aloud. It actually worked out much better.
You see?
Her. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything
and
happens for
we
a
ended
reason.
up with an amazing moment of her sobbing in the back of a Renault Espace being driven away.
I also did that whole thing in my audition, and it was very awkward because...
Well, you did it as a speech.
Yeah, but they didn't want me to. It's not like they said, would you mind doing your pre-prepared Nadine Coyle speech? I just sort of started speaking, and they sort of were looking at me, and I thought, well, this could really go either way. You know, it's all the executives from Channel 4 and the director and the writer, and I just started doing it. But I got the job, it's all fine.
Woohoo!
Yes!
Very good. Ladies and gentlemen, Claudia Winkleman has written a book. Woo! Yes! It's called White, and it's out now. And Claudia, your challenge tonight, if you choose to accept it, is to big up this book, because your publishers have been quite annoyed with you thus far.
Well... yes. By the way, don't feel like we need to talk about it.
You see? That's why your publishers are annoyed.
And we don't have to. I wrote this thing, honestly, I don't know what to say. And it's a selection of columns. I used to write the column for the Sunday Times and the Independent, blah, blah, blah. And I wrote it, I sent it into HarperCollins with, in caps, don't publish this, but thank you anyway. Whatever you do, don't. To the boss, he's like the king. And anyway, they did it.
But I mean,
no one's more surprised than me.
Well, even to the point where they asked Claudia, you know, like this is quite basic, you know, for the little bit at the flyleaf at the back, kind of, you know, a picture of the author with a little bio. You didn't even send them a picture of yourself.
I sent a picture of a baby goat.
I mean, it's lovely, but it's not you. That's just.
I don't. Thank you.
It's genius.
But now, reading the book, it is safe to say, though, you do have strong opinions.
Sorry.
You do. I mean, but even about things that you kind of think, oh, really? Like picnics, you're really... I mean, you do not like a picnic.
I can't believe you said the P word. Well, yeah. I mean, how long have we got? Can we all spend Christmas together? I'm happy to do that. Picnics are a disgrace. They are. They're an am I allowed to swear?
Yes.
They're a fucking disgrace.
Yeah.
And they are absolutely... unacceptable. This is, and I don't know what it is about picnics, that we all, in our head, suddenly it's sunny. Somebody's on a ridiculous app. Oh, it's warm outside. A, look out the window, but whatever. And everyone goes, let's have a picnic. And you start throwing mayonnaise on shit that shouldn't be covered in mayonnaise. And suddenly sultanas are going in. My husband goes, babe, I found raisins. Like old Sun-Maid packets from 1984. I'll put it in some chicken. And so the house is a mess. Somebody's put on jaunty music. I've got a side ponytail, like a dickhead. And the kids are like, I'll find a blanket. We don't have a blanket. We also don't have a garden. I'm like, get towels. Mismatched ones, no problem. And everything's too tense. People are stirring things. Let's put it in Tupperware. We don't have Tupperware anymore. We've got boxes made of bamboo. Let's put it in... Then you trudge, you walk to the park. Everyone's livid. I look disgusting. I look like Meatloaf carrying all sorts of chicken. You go down, you sit down on a towel. There are toddlers taking their nappies off, throwing them in. Other people's dogs are coming to eat. Everyone's disappointed. Then you come home into the kitchen, which is still covered in mayonnaise. It looks like you've been burgled. It looks like their towels have got to go in the thing. Nobody's full up. No. And everything's covered in sultanas. Or somebody's decided to throw up I've just chopped a walnut. How dare you?
She feels very strongly about it.
I agree.
Well, it certainly sounds like an upbeat Christmas book.
Put it in your stocking. Or don't feel like, honestly.
You nearly sold it then.
I almost... I suddenly went a bit like, ooh.
Yeah.
But I think it
is a good book.
Yeah. Well done.
Yes.
No, don't, whatever you do.
But also, you have strong views on dating and words of advice for people on what to look out for. You don't like splitting the bill.
I'm very happy to split the bill, and I'm very happy to pay for everything. On an early date, if he goes, yeah, you did have the rice, get out. Get out! Get out! You want to be with somebody, and it's not that they have to go, have that, and order the sweet potato and don't even touch it. That's also disgusting. But you want to be with somebody who is generous to everybody. I don't mean you, but the world.
Because you feel the same about splitting the bill, Jen.
I find splitting the bill really awkward. Because people do get nitpicky. You think, oh, no. Look, you do the next one. If I'm with a friend, I'll go, I'll do this one, you do the next one. And it means you might see him. Or if you're on a date and you don't want to see him, you go, I'll do this. Because then you owe them nothing.
Yeah, night. And so I'm happy for the woman to pay. It's not a man-woman thing. It's a... Well, you had sparkling, I had tap. I'm not going to make a thing of it. Well, you just did, and you are no longer touching my left boob. Which is award-winning.
Would you, as a man, would you split the bill on a first date?
Absolutely, and I would split the bill. Would I split? Absolutely, I would not in a million years split the bill. I would make her pay.
Of course. Nicola Coughlan, talking of romantic gestures, you were obviously very young. Now, you loved a boy.
Yes.
And he lived in Cork, was it?
Yes, he did live in Cork. I'm mortified because he's going to know exactly who I'm talking about. I was only 5. Please keep that in mind when I continue this story. I was really in love with him, and I thought for some reason the most romantic thing I could do was to send him some of my teeth. You'll never look at me the same, will you? Yeah, I wish this wasn't...
Some of your first teeth.
Some of my milk teeth.
Yes, I was going to say, some of your first teeth.
Yeah, I love you.
Yeah, wrote him a letter and thought, very romantic gesture, very eye-catching. They'll never forget you if you send them your teeth.
The cutest thing I ever...
How old was he?
Also 5.
5.
I feel like...
was he 36?
Who knows? Who knows?
I feel like he'd have thought somebody had kidnapped you and it was a ransom note.
Yeah.
Please, Mummy, help us save Nicola.
Or that he was something the tooth fairy.
I really couldn't tell you. It was just an I've mellowed out since then, thankfully.
Claudia Winkleman, 2 things. One, I have to say, good luck on Radio 2. I want to say it publicly.
Thank you. So kind.
Yes, it's a lovely place to be.
You were so sweet. You sent me such a lovely message.
You'll have a great time. You'll have a great time. And the book Quite is very good, no matter what you say. And it's in bookshops now. OK, time to meet our second remote guest. She starred in the event... What's wrong? What's happened over here?
I clapped the pearl out of my ring, but it looks like a tooth. I'm just gonna get that borrow this as well. I don't even own it. Oh well, we'll stick that.
If that's for me, I'm not interested, love.
OK, it is time to meet our second remote guest. She starred in The Avengers, Westworld and Creed. It's Tessa Thompson, everybody! Oh! Wow!
Hi.
Hi, it looks so lovely there.
Thank you. I wish I was there. You know, this is such a dream come true for me. I've always wanted to be on the show and with such legends. This is so cool. Thanks for having me.
Where is your tree? Where are you?
I'm in Los Angeles, where, you know, we're just staying home because we haven't figured it all out yet. But it's nice and sunny, which is great. It's a little early to be drinking, but I do have a chalice of
Tessa. Tessa.
Cheers.
Now, you bring us a wonderful new film. It's called Sylvie's Love. It's streaming on Amazon Prime from the 23rd of December.
That's nice.
And this is the rarest of things. It's just a big, unashamedly lovely, romantic film.
Yeah, we wanted to make a film sort of in the style of that classic Hollywood love story, but to center two Black characters, which hasn't been done nearly enough.
And because it has a largely kind of African-American cast, but it's set in the 50s, you keep thinking, oh, something bad's going to happen. There's going to be some big kind of racial tension, some awful thing. And it's not. It's just people falling in love and living their lives.
Yeah, you know, I think the idea was that even in times of struggle and strife, I mean, we're still in that as Black people in this country now. This has been a really tough year, but people still find time to, you know, fall in love, make love, have kids, have dinner, have picnics, eat mayonnaise. Like, so the idea was just to center. I agree with you. I don't know about raisins with chicken. I always feel weird about that. I know that's like a Brit thing too. Although I love kedgeree. Like kedgeree is really delicious, and that is a weird mixture of things. But yeah, the idea is basically like to center love. That people still find time to fall in love, even in moments of struggle.
So tell us about these two characters.
So I play Sylvie, who is a young woman who wants to be a television producer at a time where people think that that's impossible. And she is supposed to get married to this guy that's away. And she falls in love with Robert, who's a young, aspiring jazz musician. And they cannot really be together at that time. And then they find each other again some years later and sort of rekindle their love and try to figure it out.
Well, we've got a clip, and this is Sylvie and Robert meeting for the first time.
If one piece of magic gets past you and into the packing room unwrapped, you're fired.
All set.
Oh. That will be $3.
How much is the discount if you work here?
We're not hiring.
Well, this sign says you are.
See, my fiance is over in Korea, and my mother won't allow television inside the house, so I have to come here to Daddy's store every day to watch my shows until Lacey comes home and we get married and I can finally have a TV of my own. Oh, but my mother, Eunice Johnson, of the Eunice Johnson School of
Etiquette and Manners.
She has some of the finest young ladies from the best families in Harlem attend her school, so she has a certain image to uphold and therefore doesn't want people to think that I'm here because Daddy can't afford to hire help. So that's why we put the sign in the window, even though we don't need anyone.
Sylvie?
Yes, Daddy?
What's going on out there?
It's just somebody about the sign again. Happens a lot.
Very good. And Tessa, tell me this. What is the thing about you and goats?
Oh, well, so I think I kind of look like one in the sense because my eyes are sort of they're spaced far apart. And so there was this photograph that was taken of me, and I found a photograph that I looked similar to that goat. And so in a hair and makeup trailer I was making in London, this film Annihilation, and we had it in the hair and makeup trailer. And I think at some point I said something about it in an interview, and someone started this Twitter account called Tessa as Goats. So every day they post a photograph of me and a photograph of a goat that looks like me.
Tessa's not making this up. You'll like this, Claudia. So some of them are very simple. This is you in a stripy dress, and all they have to do is find a stripy goat. Not hard to do. There you go. Now, the next one, this is you in a straw hat. Surely we'll find a goat in a straw hat. Yes, they did. There you go. beautiful. Now, this is harder. This is you with firemen. Now, that, you know, you don't immediately think, well, there's bound to be a picture of a goat with firemen, but there is. Yeah. Those firemen look happier than the other firemen. I
mean, I don't blame them.
Now, this is very difficult. This is you as Valkyrie on a horse. Will there be a picture of a goat on a horse? Yes, there is. Now, I feel like that goat was on that horse for a nanosecond. They just got it in time.
Yeah, mid-hop.
and finally, this is Tessa on a motorbike in Men in Black International. Will there be a picture of a goat as a pillion passenger on a motorbike? Yeah. Why, yes, there will. How comfortable does that goat look? Very good. Tessa, it's lovely to see you. I hope you can be here soon. It'd be lovely to have you in the studio. It'd be great to have...
Yeah, I would love that. I'd love to come and have a drink with you.
But in the meantime, good luck with the new film, Sylvie's Love. Tessa Thompson, everybody! Now, Lee Mack is back with a new series of Not Going Out. This is the 11th series.
This is the 11th one, yeah.
Wow. And you already know you're going to, what, 14?
We're doing 12 and 13, yeah, so that will take us to exactly 100 episodes.
Because you've done a lot. I mean, you did a fully live episode.
We did a live ep, yeah.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
That's madness. But the new series starts January the 8th on BBC One, but before that, there's a New Year's special on the 13th of December at 9. And we've a clip of this, and it's almost like a play. I mean, the writing is so good.
Oh, thank you. Well, it's... yeah, and it was also... It had to be staged like a play in that, obviously, usually with TV, you can move around a lot more than you can in a play, because you can go outside, you can sit in a car, you can do anything. But because of the obvious restrictions, we sort of were made to sit roughly how we are sat now.
OK.
And they said, if you could just stay in these seats... Because we had to rewrite the whole thing. It was going to be a pantomime. The whole thing was going to be a Christmas pantomime, sort of my dream, and then just an excuse to do a panto. But because of the year we've had, everything was closed down. We couldn't get any costumes, we couldn't get any set designers, and they just said, better idea, have 5 seats, don't move, and dress normally. Apart from that, do whatever you like. So we decided to do a New Year's resolutions sort of episode.
OK, well, here's a clip.
Got it. I know what your resolution should be.
Go on.
2 words. A 4-letter word followed by a 3-letter word.
I knew this was asking for trouble.
Good God. What? Good God. It's like your catchphrase when you're acting all superior. Good God, Frank, you don't mix a 30-year-old Scotch with a raspberry tizer.
It's right, Geoffrey. You do say that all the time. Good dog this, good dog that.
Good God.
See? So your resolution is to stop saying, good God.
Are you sure that's all you want to suggest? You don't want this opportunity to be wasted? Well, what about you, Wendy?
Too late to stop her being wasted.
Anything that gets that rod out of your backside.
Ooh, bit of gossip there. Who's Rod?
Very good.
Oh, Bobby Ball.
I know. And we were talking backstage. I mean, it is lovely that there's this whole series to come with Bobby Ball.
With Bobby, yeah, because that was filmed not that long ago, actually, and only maybe a month or 2 after that, as everyone's aware, Bobby passed away very suddenly. And it's been... I mean, everyone says when someone dies, you know, that it's a shock and you can't quite believe it. But when you're editing, helping to edit and give edit notes on it, and then you know, and you're coming on Graham Norton to promote a show that Bobby's in, you really find it hard to believe that someone's gone. You know, it adds to that. And he's been part of my life since I was a kid, because I used to... Well, we didn't know this at the time, but Mum and Dad used to run a pub, and it turns out Cannon and Ball, before they were famous, went in the pub to perform, got paid like 20 quid or something. So I'm so pleased that my fictional dad and my real dad met, because my dad died many years ago.
Yeah.
And then my first performance ever was standing on a school roof impersonating Bobby, because I used to have a very strong, much stronger than this Lancastrian accent. And so when we needed to cast my dad, I went, hey, what about Bobby Ball? Can we get Bobby to do it? And I'd never met him, and it was like... I was genuinely starstruck. And it never went away. I was always in scenes with him going, that's Bobby Ball. Yeah. Even though Bobby had been around my house, had dinner, you know, it never quite went away that was Bobby Ball, you know. And it's very hard, I suppose, for people maybe under the age of 30 or whatever to just realise just how big Cannonball were. I mean, they were just ridiculously big. We're talking 20 million viewers, probably the most famous comedian of his day, probably.
But you didn't just work on this show with Bobby. You had other TV experience. You appeared on Celebrity Pointless.
Yes, I did. I was invited on to Celebrity Pointless. It was me, and they said, who do you want to bring along? And I thought, Bobby's older than me. I bet he's got some good general knowledge, you know? So Bobby came along. We were against Esther Ranson and Terry Wogan, and the other 4, with 2 lots of 2, were McBusted, who I think we might be seeing.
Oh, yes, we'll certainly be seeing some of them.
McFly, yes. So it's McBusted, Terry and Esther, me and Bobby. And if you don't know the format of Pointless, you start at this end, you go to the end, and then you come back down the other way. So you're first and last. Yeah. Bobby got nervous and said, can I go first? I said, yeah, that's fine. And the question was, name a word that ends in S-O-N. And didn't bother giving it any thought, just said, Appleson. I looked at him. I went, what? Anyway, Appleson. Now, I've spent 4 hours driving there with my kids, and I went on for the kids, because the kids said, please win, please go on and win. And they came to watch me. It was a big, exciting event. I've got Bobby going, Appleson. And Alexander Armstrong said, what does that mean? He went, I don't know. It's a word, isn't it? I said, a word. Oh, it's got to be a word that exists. So we get the maximum 100 points. We go all the way up. We get 4 lots of questions to McBusted, back down to me. Before I've even said hello on the show, I'm out. I haven't even spoken, and the kids were so upset, we had to buy them McDonald's, and they never had a McDonald's before.
Very good.
It was awful.
Listen, it's time for music, and McFly's appearance in that anecdote was so good, we decided to book them to sing for us tonight. Here performing their current single, Tonight is the Night. It is McFly, everybody!
I was there when it happened. I was there when you fell. First time that I saw you cry, the magic died as well. I remember you told me, kid, go give him hell. I was always gonna buy the dream that you were trying to sell. Just one of 1,000 people. Didn't see it before, so what am I waiting for? Tonight is the night. Tonight is the night. Oh, I'm not wasting the tears, but I won't waste the years. Tonight is the night. Tonight is the night. I admit to myself that I'm asking for help. Na 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 na. Moments after it happened, thought, okay, this is fine. Then my heart took a holiday and I was left behind. So I stayed in the shadow of who I used to be. Now I look like the person that's been walking over me. Just one of 1,000,000 people. Didn't see it before. What am I waiting for? Tonight is the night. Tonight is the night. Oh, I'm not wasting the tears, but I won't waste the years. Tonight is the night. Tonight is the night. Oh, I admit to myself that I'm asking for help. And I feel that I could fly away, miles away like you. Ba, ba, ba. Ba, ba, ba. Just one of 1,000 people, scared of asking for help for my own mental health. Had to say to myself, tonight is the night. Tonight is the night. Oh, I'm
chat to the boys. Thank you so much for that. Oh, I love you guys. It's so nice.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thanks
for having us.
Yay, McFly. and because of COVID-y things, we obviously can't have you over there. That's off the new album, Young Dumb Thrills.
Yes. That's right.
Yeah? OK. Who came up with that? You. OK.
Blame him on the end.
Actually, I didn't really need to ask. Who else would come up with Young Dumb Thrills? It's the guy in the beanie and the neon guitar.
Believe it or not, we're in the same band.
But no, what's weird is because I think because of the McBusted years and things, it felt like you never went away. But this is going to be your first album for 10 years?
10 years, yeah.
10 years.
That's a long
Those
time.
ladies have been waiting a long time. By the way, do you remember being on Pointless with Lee?
No.
No.
He's lying.
It might have been the Jackson 5. Perhaps I'm older than that.
Oh, dear. But listen, it's so lovely to see you all, and thank you very much for that live performance.
Thank you.
McFly, everybody! Hey! Very good. OK. That's nearly all we've got time for, where we do have just time for a very quick visit to the big red chair.
Yes.
So, yes, all right. And it's real tonight. It's real people in a real chair.
We're ready for the kill, and whatever this story is, they're going on. We all know.
No, come on. This could be amazing. This could be amazing.
Want to go.
It's like I know who killed JFK.
Oh, see, look at that face.
Oh.
Look at that face. What's your name?
Malia.
Malia. And where are you from, Malia?
From New Zealand.
Oh, you see, Malia,
weird.
New Zealand's home of the great story. What do you do, Malia?
I'm a doctor.
She's a doctor!
Wow. She can walk!
I mean, for that alone...
She can walk!
Are you working here at the moment?
Yeah, I'm just on study leave for a few weeks, but otherwise
OK,
working.
so no. Yeah. Why? Could you use a doctor? Off you go with your story, Malia.
So my cousin Anna and I were backpacking in Europe a few years ago. We arrived very late at night into our Airbnb, found rubbish everywhere, the windows were covered, boarded up with newspaper. So Anna went upstairs to the bedroom and she said, Malia, you have to come here right now. So I ran upstairs and there was a single mattress in the middle of the room.
No,
absolutely disgusting. And in the middle of our mattress was a giant human poo. So naturally we thought...
I mean, she had so much going for her.
Yeah.
She had so much going for her.
She's a doctor,
Did she mean
charming.
a giant human poo or a giant human poo? How could she tell the size of the man or woman?
Well, it was a big poo.
Hey, little people can do big poos.
Well, that's true, too. But
likewise,
But
big
you
people
knew-
do squidgy little poos.
I wanted to know what the rest of the story was, though. What did they do? Did they find
I think
out
it involved
the
a
culprit?
crime, and really we're just dodging a bullet by not having that story. OK, that really is all we've got time for. If you'd like to go and red chair yourself and tell your story, you can contact us via our website, this very address. Please say a huge thank you to all of our guests tonight. McFly, ladies and gentlemen. Claudia Winkleman. Nicola Coughlan. Tessa Thompson. Lee Mack. Jennifer Saunders. And Gal Gadot. Join me next week with music from Michael Ball and Alfie Boe, actor Vanessa Kirby, from stage Michael Sheen and David Tennant, Hollywood star Viola Davis, and the one and only Mr. George Clooney. I'll see you then. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.
Need a bit more Lee Mack in your life? All episodes of real-time sitcoms Semi-Detached are on iPlayer. Press red now to watch. Next on BBC One, what happens on tour stays on tour. Unless you want a RuPaul's Drag Stars. God Save the Queen's coming right up.